A simple stop to get gas turned into a trooper's worst nightmare. On February 11th, 2022, a trooper with the New Mexico State Police stopped to refuel at a gas station located in Edgewood, New Mexico, just east of Albuquerque. He barely had time to park the car before he was met by a store clerk concerned about one of the patrons, and he had no idea about the chaos that would quickly unfold.
She stayed in the bathroom for a long period of time, and I was looking in the bathroom, and we found a piece of tinfoil all burnt up.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure she was smoking something in there.
She's in the Cadillac?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she in the Cadillac now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody else with her?
There's a man in the driver's seat.
In the driver's seat? Okay. Thank you.
How you doing?
You have an East Mountain unit?
Negative.
Going to be out with a gray Cadillac. The tenant over here at the gas station advised they're smoking drugs in the bathroom, now sitting in the car. Can you also contact Edgewood and have them roll me a unit?
Alright, 257 come. 53 West.
Lighter one said Tommy's attempting to flee, ran my car.
10-4 is all 10-4. Send them another unit. If there's any unit CSO there to help them, send through there. Able to get back. 25, can you head out to 50120? Send from all units there, send 3 at the same time. I'll give it that way.
501, he is out by Pizza Barn. He is headed eastbound on their frontage road. Significant damage to my vehicle. Also be advised I don't have a siren, so I'm going to be lights only. It's going to be a silver Cadillac, female passenger, male driver, dark tinted windows. He is coming out eastbound 333 now. If you have aircraft, that would be beneficial. Just past an Edgewood unit. He's passing Tractor Supply. Traffic is light eastbound, about 80 miles an hour, and no obstructions in the roadway. Initial call was the drug use in the bathroom. He rammed my vehicle immediately upon contact, attempting to flee. Wrong side of the roadway, back into this lane.
From Able 7.
Using Google Earth, we can estimate that the suspect is driving 660 feet in 4.375 seconds for a speed of 103 miles per hour.
Eastbound 333 headed for Mountain Valley.
Eastbound 333 to Mountain Valley. 501, just to confirm your direction of travel, you are going eastbound, correct?
Apologies, I am westbound. I am westbound now. Sorry about that. Coming up on Mountain Valley.
Westbound to Mountain Valley, 10-4.
10-4, he is driving pretty carefully. He is above the speed limit, about 70 to 80 miles an hour, but he is driving pretty carefully.
10-4, 70 to 80, driving carefully.
With a few exceptions, he is going the wrong way.
10-4.
Also be advised, I've got my siren back.
10-4.
Using Google Earth, we can estimate that the suspect is driving 775 feet in 5.5 seconds for a speed of 96 miles per hour.
Speed is 100 miles an hour. Traffic is still light. Maneuver at Cedillo Hill. Vehicle is down.
Vehicle down to the Hill.
He's going left last. You detail those in there, you can help him.
CENTCOM, shots fired. I'm down. CENTCOM, I'm hit. Bleeding. Subjects are fleeing west. Female and a male. Send me a 55.
55. 501 is everything. I'm bleeding. 291, put me on it and advise hit by what? Gunfire? 49.
We got gunfire on the overpass at Cedillo Hill.
501, do you have weapon description?
Negative, but I'm hit. Please give me a 55.
Direct. 46 now.
To 50120 from the house.
46, yeah, make 25 over there. You need to see if you can't get him out there. Good. 291, CENTCOM. Let's try to make contact with 501. Make sure his status until we get people on scene. Also, if you haven't done so, notify the captain, lieutenant, please. 10 for direct. 501, are you 10 for?
501, I think I'm okay. I'm bleeding. Shot through the shoulder, possibly the chest. Subjects are fleeing westbound. A little bit of trouble breathing.
10-4. Okay, 911. Also, I notified an HSI medic who lives in that area, and he was in Louisiana. He's turning around to go that way as well.
501, I'm just going to sit tight. I'm not going to try to pursue.
The trooper doesn't know it yet, but he's also been shot in the neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Just confirming your last 20 at Cedillo Hill and Mountain Valley.
That's affirmative. Cedillo Hill, overpass over I-40. It's right next to the Cedillo Hill truck stop.
Okay, 911, CENTCOM. I'm sure you have, but also push it out to APD East Area Command as well. We're going to need that back.
Did he hit you, man? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Hold my hand.
1447.
Hold my hand.
144.
Sit down. Hold my hand.
Authorization from 113.
What do you see? Tell me what you see. Any injuries? Yes. Okay. You hit right on the neck. Is it bleeding a lot or just a little? Yes, it's bleeding. Give me a med kit.
Where you at? He's been shot, right?
Give me a med kit.
Where's it at?
It's red bag in the car.
Alright, man, you see it right in the neck, right here above you.
Give me some pressure on it, okay?
Alright.
Give me
On
some
this
pressure.
side.
Open this crap up and put it in there.
You see it? He's not bleeding out anymore. It already stopped.
Probably get this vest off and just understand. Hold on. The Velcro's like this on the other side. Pull it off very careful because it
With the
hurts.
28 of Royal Boy Lincoln 913. Last seen traveling westbound from.
Right here in the neck.
501, well protected.
Give me that radio.
Can I help anybody? I saw that.
Just watch traffic for
traffic,
us.
please. Stop them from coming through. Make them go that way. Radio.
501, I've got some help here.
No, he's here right here in his neck, man.
Where are they going to be?
Bullet holes right there. He's got a bullet hole right here, guys. See the bullet there? I don't know if it came out the back, but it
Feels like it hit my scapula, brother.
yeah, it's right here.
Still in
It's
there.
inside.
I just got trauma shooters. You gonna cut us?
Feels like it hit my scapula in the back, and that hurts.
All right, give me a gauze and also a Vaseline gauze too. Gauze bandage.
Guy out here somewhere?
He's right up that way, guys.
Still.
There's
he
a
wearing?
female and a male. I don't know much about them.
Any difficulty breathing right now? What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, you having any problems breathing?
A little bit. It's just that scapula really hurts, guys.
Hurts in the back? Yeah, let's get the gurney.
The bullet hit the scapula in the back.
I just want to make sure this guy ain't shooting still. Yeah. We're all from. Right up here, he said. Okay, I'm gonna get some more units over here.
Can we get out of there through there, or do we have to go down?
Yeah.
Chest pain on this side, guys.
Okay. You said move the
I can't tell you if the difficulty breathing is just stress or anything.
Okay. We're gonna get you going. We're gonna go through it.
Thank you guys for coming so fast.
Hey, Sarge. I'm not getting my radio. We need more units over here now. State police just got shot. Suspects are on the loose. They're somewhere between Cedillo Hill and Edgewood.
Give me that radio, guys, just real quick, and we'll tell them what they need to know. It's right there. 501. The vehicle is here with me. The subjects are on foot. They are eastbound from this location, and I'm going to go with the ambulance now.
We need to start searching. We need to start searching between Cedillo Hill and Edgewood right now. It's a male and female. They just crashed out with state police. They're somewhere between Cedillo Hill and Edgewood. It looks like they're walking back towards Edgewood right now.
Doing all right?
They were coming from Edgewood. Yeah. We chased them from Edgewood.
Okay.
They flew by everybody right there. That's where you caught them. He said he didn't really see good. They looked like male and female.
Male and female, but they're on foot.
Yes, they are on foot.
What's up, Dylan?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Fudge, man.
Yeah. Not the best morning.
If it hadn't hit the scapula,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we'd be as upset here.
The trooper, a former EMT, identified the region that he was hit as his scapula, also called the shoulder blade. While not a vital organ, the scapula is surrounded by blood vessels and nerves. Also, the hole in his chest caused by the bullet could allow air into his chest cavity, collapsing his lungs.
It's just the one shot, right?
I don't know, buddy.
Okay.
You want to take stuff off and find out? I'm happy to rock and roll with you.
Okay.
No, there's no exit wound. He's got his wound right here.
Okay.
No difficulty breathing?
A little bit of difficulty. I couldn't tell you if it's stress or worse.
All right, no problem.
Thank you guys for coming. Oh, of course. My wife is going to be pissed.
They always get mad.
Fudge!
Did you ever get some shots off on this asshole?
Oh,
Hope so.
the video will be interesting.
Good.
I'll tell you what,
Ain't gonna get away with it.
I'm grateful for some training, man.
All we have is male and female. Females in gray leggings. They were headed back towards Edgewood from Cedillo Hill.
They went inside the fence and kind of ducked into the trees. Okay. I mean, I witnessed the whole thing, you know.
Yeah,
but
me
whatever
too.
that, yeah.
You're a witness?
Yes, sir.
If I can have you stand by, okay?
Sure.
State police will be here with you. Are you in that
That's
white
me
truck?
right there.
That's you? Okay. And you're in that car? Okay.
He flew. I mean, they flew by us, dude. They were running for their life, man. So they're hiding up in here somewhere.
While the trooper was transported to the hospital, officers from Edgewood Police Department and other assisting agencies began searching the area for any trace of the suspects.
Police department, anybody outside, make yourselves known! Police department, anybody outside, make yourself known now! Let's start. Check it. It looks empty. Yeah, I just can't check this corner here. Mondo! Mondo! Coming in! Coming through!
When the subjects ran, did you see any type of clothing, any colors,
You know what,
anything
man?
that you can remember? Was he holding a weapon?
You know
I know
what?
it's hard to remember all this stuff, but
I was so focused. I'm not even lying, bro. I saw that they hit him, and I was focused on him.
This is like at 1.60 feet from what was going down.
Okay, but you didn't see anything?
I'm positive it was two people exited that vehicle.
But you couldn't see what they looked like?
Nope. I couldn't. One positive male. The other one, all I saw off of that was something red getting thrown in the air and someone stumbling through the snow.
Okay. Do you think you could identify the male suspect from a photo lineup?
Not to stand up in a court of law.
Okay, so it'd be like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm on a fire possible 3.
Okay.
I could see them. I could see both of them. But I did recall he had his pistol out. He was carrying his pistol with him. I did not recall her carrying a pistol. I didn't see anything in her hand, but he definitely had one. It was, a good-sized handgun.
Any, descriptions as far as their height, weight, or did they look thin?
Average, just from the distance, and I was asked that earlier, and I'm still thinking, he probably wasn't exceptionally tall or small, was short, so I'm guessing he may have been 5'10". She probably a little bit shorter. Well, I know she was shorter. And then they just kind of ducked down into the trees. I went directly north, or they could have kept going east, just in the tree line.
Okay.
He was kind of waiting on her. She was, following behind him because she got out second, and he kind of waited on her to catch up a little bit, the whole time with his gun out. He had it in his hand.
Okay.
So unless he ditched it somewhere, he's got it with him.
With only a rough description of the suspect's appearance and whereabouts, officers then backtracked to the gas station to examine their video footage and caught their first big break in the case.
This is right at the time.
Mom, emergency. I'm okay. Don't completely freak out, but you need to please call me. He said, Mom, call me. He said, do you have how does your daughter look?
Blonde, blue eyes. I want to relay this information because I think she knows who it was.
Okay.
Because I think they called her to say, hey, I need help. She told my other daughter that she needed a homie. They got in a high-speed chase and they needed...
Following this lead gave investigators the name of the woman who called the manager's daughter asking for a pickup, Alana Martinez. Meanwhile, investigators tracked the registration of the vehicle to a married couple in Albuquerque, who turned out had nothing to do with the shooting. However, according to the Albuquerque Journal, a photo of Alana surfaced on Facebook that evening, which prompted a tip from the public. The tip stated that Alana and her boyfriend were hiding out in a home in McIntosh, a small farming community, and only a 30-minute drive southeast of where the shooting took place. The next day, on February 12, 2022, officers from multiple state and local police agencies surrounded the property and watched for any signs of the fugitives.
Push down, State Road 14, crossing Aceves Road. Aceves Road, still northbound.
According to the Albuquerque Journal, 2 of the suspect's associates seen leaving the residence were arrested. One had a stolen handgun, and the other fled to Albuquerque in a stolen Ford F-250, where he crashed into 2 vehicles. He was arrested with a gun and methamphetamine in his possession. Alana was taken into custody, as well as her boyfriend.
Hey bro, what's your name?
Caleb Dustin Ellis.
Huh?
Caleb Dustin.
Look at me real quick, bro. Just because you got blood and all that, I'm just gonna kind of make sure I document it, okay? Look at me real quick.
Oh.
Alright, bro.
Oh.
Face burning? Or are you cold?
I'm cold.
Okay. Just hang tight, alright, bro? Okay, good.
Right, look at me.
Caleb Dustin Elledge, also known by his alias Creeper, has an extensive case history, beginning in 2016 where he pled no contest to interference with communications in exchange for dropping 1 count of assault of a household member. In 2020, Caleb was sentenced to a year in Bernalillo County and 5 years of probation after pleading guilty to shooting from a stolen SUV as he fled from police officers. According to his probation officer, Elledge had been on probation for 9 months and had already absconded 3 times and violated multiple conditions of his supervision. At the time of the shooting, Caleb had been on the run for 9 months after he cut his ankle monitor and absconded. A bench warrant was issued, but Caleb was never found and brought in for questioning. Until now.
We appreciate you talking to us, but before I do, I have some rights I want you to know, because you have rights and I want you to be aware, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand what I have told you? Yeah. Having these rights in mind, you want to talk to us now?
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, you know why we're here. There's an incident that occurred yesterday, actually.
I'll tell you guys, I'll explain to you guys from the very beginning.
Yes,
okay?
Please,
I'll be 100% honest.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
My girlfriend, me and her, we were kind of just, arguing a little bit or whatever. She went in the gas station. They said she was in there doing drugs. When she went in there, she was crying in the bathroom, whatever.
Who's your girlfriend, just to clarify?
Alana. We're sitting in the parking lot, and we're doing our scratches and stuff. And we're there for like 45 minutes, whatever. We didn't know nobody called the cops. You know what I'm saying? But that officer came up violent right away, dude. He just started banging on the window, trying the door handle to get the fuck out of the car. He said, get the fuck out of the car. Hey, he's saying, I backed up, I took off, it freaked me out. And so I was like, whoa, I'm on the run, it just freaked me out though, you know what I'm saying? So I fled, I backed up in his car, I fled, he chased me, he just like I just started kept trying to ram me, he hit me, trying to make me wreck, I take that as the threat, he hurt me, you know what I mean?
He is driving pretty carefully. He is above the speed limit.
Yeah, so finally, I take a right, I turn, he puts me up against the bridge. You know how we are, you know what I mean? We're not trying to go to jail, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, I'm not trying to hurt nobody. No, but then like officer was violent, dude. You know what I mean? Like he was I do was violent as you know what I mean? Right then, I told my chick to sit back and I just started shooting. You know what I mean? I didn't even aim. I just stuck. You know what I mean? So I was trying to get him, maybe hit the floor so I could run and get away. You know what I mean? Get away. Or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I wasn't trying to hurt the dude, you know? I know he was trying to hurt us, though.
And where did you get this gun at?
I bought off a friend of mine. I won't say too much on that one, you know what I mean? But I got in the streets, you know?
Okay. And where is that gun now?
I don't know where it went last. I gave it to somebody. They were going to get rid of it, and I don't know where it went from there.
Can you tell us who's that somebody?
I can't do that. I mean, because that gets me in trouble, you know?
Like, where were you at when you handed over that gun?
Where they got me this morning?
Okay, at that residence?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where did you look at the officer at any point?
No. Opened my door, there was the guardrail, and then there was this little hill, and I ran into the field, and I went down this other little hill onto the freeway. You know what I mean? As soon as it was done, I opened my door and I went that way. You know what I mean? I didn't even try to look. I remember running away, knowing I made a mistake, you know?
So how did that happen, or what were you trying to do at that point when you got to the freeway?
First I was trying to flag people down to get a ride, you know? And I did it, and then I honestly, I hid somewhere, you know, I'm not gonna wrap myself out and say where, but I hid somewhere and waited it out so I could move around, you know?
So you hit it somewhere around that same area where the incident happened? And how did you get from them there to where you were arrested?
Well, later on I was walking, and another homeboy was walking, and I used his phone, and I called somebody I knew, you know?
Okay. So somebody picked you up?
Yeah.
And they took you where?
The residence where I got picked up.
So from there you went directly to the arrest? And who was that? I mean, obviously with the investigations, the name is probably going to come up at some point. I just want to see if if you could help us out with who was that person that took you to that residence?
I can't say that.
Okay. So I'll just talk a little bit about your girlfriend. So you said she was in the passenger seat when all of this thing happened?
Yeah, she's telling me to stop, baby, just stop, baby, stop. She's innocent in all of it, dude. This girl, she's innocent.
So when the cops came over this morning, did you comply and come out and give up, or what happened?
I was sleeping when they came over. I mean, finally when I had realized that there was the cops, they were they had already threw the. I mean, I heard them bust out the windows and do those things in there, and man, I couldn't breathe. The house was bad.
Gas in there and stuff, maybe? Okay.
Yeah, they gassed the out of it. It was bad, and then.
Who all was in there? Just you and
Just me and Alana.
Alana, right?
And I had to feel. I mean, I couldn't see. I couldn't breathe. I was passed out. But I felt boom. I found the back door. I opened the back door, and I hit the floor. Boom! I came out right away. And I was like, all right.
But you knew it was the cops. Right?
Yeah. I mean.
You don't think she was using drugs in that bathroom?
No, I know she wasn't because I had all the drugs. I mean.
Okay. What do you use? Blues or what?
Fentanyl?
Yeah.
Blues.
What about her? Same?
Yeah.
How bad of a habit you guys got? Bad.
I mean, I know you wanted to, maybe protect these people, but we did talk to some people, and we found out who gave you the ride. And I mean, we found out it was Layla and Danny.
Layla is Caleb's aunt, who owns the property where Caleb was arrested.
So we found that out from different information we had, and I know you told me like if we were able to find that out, you might be able to confirm that for us.
No, bro, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, it wasn't Layla.
And I mean, something that we really need, especially so we're not digging up on anybody's business, is that gun. And I know you don't want to give anybody away. So all we need is that gun. Like we don't want to go out and like have to look into that gun, and then we find out some other stuff. People that you give that gun to are doing that. We don't care about that. We just want to get that gun for obviously for this investigation.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at right now, bro.
Okay, so that's because same thing that we have information that Layla has that gun, and I mean we know she's maybe involved in some stuff. We don't want to care about that. We just care about the gun, and we don't want to get her mixed up in
Yeah, no, she don't have a gun.
And
all I'm gonna say is a male has the gun. It's not her boyfriend. All I'm gonna say is a male has the gun. Nancy has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go out there and try to investigate different people that might have it, and we don't want to mess those guys if they have nothing to do with it. That's why I want to give you this opportunity if you know what it is, so we don't mix up other people. That's what it is. Because I know you really probably like your auntie, right? You want to protect her, so if you know who you give it, so we don't have to mess with that.
The gun's in that house somewhere, bro. That was just that.
Okay.
I don't remember where. I remember waking up. And it wasn't right next to me anymore. Where I put it. I mean, it was gone. But it's in the house somewhere.
So where did you last saw it at?
I was in the living room asleep on the recliner.
The living room.
For her part, Alana Martinez pled guilty to aiding and harboring a fugitive. She was sentenced to 6 months probation. Caleb, however, faced counts of assault on a peace officer, aggravated battery upon a peace officer, tampering with evidence, aggravated fleeing an officer, criminal damage to property, and possession of a firearm by a felon. However, the prosecution asked for all charges to be dismissed once the Fed stepped in to prosecute Caleb for being a felon in possession of a firearm. Caleb pled guilty, and received a 9-year federal sentence plus 3 years of supervised release. On December 23, 2024, Christmas came early for Caleb when New Mexico reopened the cases against him. The case is currently in pretrial, and Caleb faces all of the original charges that were dropped. If found guilty, Caleb will serve additional time with the New Mexico Department of Corrections after he completes his federal sentence. Trooper Vaughn underwent surgery to remove the bullet from his back and was released from the hospital the day of Caleb's arrest. He has since made a full recovery.
Now, of course, every day police officers step into a world where uncertainty is the norm. And staying alert isn't just essential. It can truly save your life, and for me, always remembering what can happen in a split second is what kept me sharp and on point while doing my job. Now, I have been in situations where I thought I might not make it home, and when you're faced with your own mortality, it truly puts everything in perspective. And staying calm while chaos is erupting around you is key. However, that is easier said than done. Now, today, as we tune into the body cam of a state trooper out of New Mexico, he does stop to get gas, a simple everyday thing that officers do. But while there, he's met by a store clerk who's concerned about a woman who was inside the store. Now, city officers get gas at their headquarters or at the repair depot, but when you're patrolling these large geographical areas like state troopers, they often have to fuel up in these uncontrolled environments, which are much more dangerous. After the trooper gets all the pertinent information from the clerk, he does move in to investigate, but do keep in mind that although he's called for backup, he is alone, but he has no choice but to act and see what the story is of the occupants of this car. But as the officer approaches, the suspect rams his car numerous times and makes his escape. Now, this is when my heart dropped, guys, because after a successful pit maneuver from the trooper exits his car and is almost immediately shot at by the suspect. Now, the trooper's training does kick in at this point and he returns fire, and he's in fight and survival mode at this point because the trooper then gets shot. But we notice that he changes positions, and that's of course because when you're in a gunfight, you never want to stay stationary, letting the opposition know that you're an easy target. But hats off to this trooper. He not only stayed in the fight, counting his shots, and even after being shot in the neck, he also remembered his training, which is difficult to do when your life is possibly flashing in front of your eyes. But those civilians helping this trooper actually brought me to tears because the calm demeanor of these men really helps in a situation like this. Now, when the trooper stated that his wife would be pissed, that's because no officer wants to inform their wife, husband, or family member that they've been shot in the line of duty. Because imagine hearing that over the phone from anyone. Your mind immediately goes to the worst case scenario. And personally, being that me and my wife were both in law enforcement, I totally understand what the trooper was talking about. Now, thankfully, because of great investigative work and a tip, police located the suspects and took them into custody. Now, lastly, guys, the case that we just saw was specifically mentioned in the 2022 55th New Mexico legislative session as a broader public safety package, which is now called House Bill 8, and it focuses on the state of New Mexico's approach to mental health and criminal justice. And the package of 6 bills does aim to give options to prosecutors to involuntarily commit people to a psychiatric facility, increasing sentencing for trafficking fentanyl, and allow criminals to get greater sentences for stealing motor vehicles. And that's just to name a few, so hopefully real change can happen soon. That's all I have, guys. Remember to be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.